No, I got that.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
It's over there.
Oh, he didn't. Oh.
I don't see any lights. I don't have my glasses on, but I can see that it doesn't say. Waiting for 7 o'clock. There's not supposed to be an on-air light? Okay. I'm just waiting for 7 o'clock. It's the slowest minute ever. Hello, North Brunswick. Welcome to our council meeting. Today is Monday, May 5th. May I please have a roll call?
Mr. Rich?
Here.
Ms. Hutchinson?
Here.
Mr. Mehta?
Here.
Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mr. Socio? Ms. Guadagnino?
Here.
Mayor Womack?
Cell phone statement? If everyone could please silence their cell phones during the meeting, vibrator off, please. Sunshine notice?
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231, PL 1975, specifying the time, date, and location by posting a copy of the notice on the municipal building, municipal website, providing a copy of the annual notice schedule to the official newspaper of the township, and is on file in the municipal clerk's office.
Thank you. Mr. Davis, will you please lead us in the pledge?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you again for joining us this evening. The mayor is going to be here shortly, so we are going to put a hold on the few presentations that we have in the proclamations. We are going to move to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda items A through J?
So move.
Second. Roll call?
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Ms. Hutchinson?
Yes.
Mr. Mehta?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Guadagnino?
Yes. All righty. Do we want to continue with the ordinances?
Do the ordinance's second reading, please.
Okay. Ms. Russo, ordinance 25-03.
Ordinance for second reading and public hearing, number 25-03. Ordinance amending bond ordinance 24-12 in order to reallocate the appropriation and bonds authorized between improvements authorized by such ordinances.
May I, we have a public hearing, correct?
Is there anyone from the public who wants to
Is there
be heard?
anyone from the public who would like to be heard on ordinance 25-03? May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 25-03?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 25-03?
So move.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Ms. Hutchinson?
Yes.
Mr. Mehta?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Guadagnino?
Yes. Are there any reports from any of our council members?
Yes, Council President. Memorial Day is coming up quite soon. And on Monday, May the 26th, we will have the Memorial Day commemoration, and that's at Veterans Park. and that'll begin at 11 a.m. I know that Mr. Socio has something, oh, you have it, oh, okay. All right, yeah, so that's it, Monday, May 26th, 11 a.m., Veterans Park. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to add on to that. So before the Memorial Day ceremony, we have our 46th annual Memorial Day 5K run and walk. Same day, Monday, May 26th. This is at Community Park off Route 130. Check-in is at 7:30, and the race begins at 8 a.m. Pre-registration before May 3rd is only $30. After May 1st, it's $35. There is a children's dash promoting healthy kids, ages 1 through 5. All participants will get a ribbon, and that's only $5. Dress in your most patriotic outfits to be entered into our contest. Top 3 patriotic runners or walkers will receive a prize. There will be packet pickup. Date will be determined at a later date. Please visit our website under the Department of Parks, Rec, and Community Service to sign up. It's under Run Sign Up, but the link is there. Or you may call at 732-247-0922, extension 475. Mary, did you have anything? Anyone else?
No.
Yeah, I have.
Go ahead, Richard. Thank you.
Yeah. Free property tax relief program. This year, the state started new program for the property tax relief. It's called Stay New Jersey. For that, Assemblyman Joe Danielson is coming to our senior center on Friday, May 13, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Please try to come and take advantage of this program. It's very good for everybody. If you need any assistance, please call 732-418-2222. Thank you very much. And other one is for New Jersey property tax relief. Same thing is coming here, filed by October 31st, 2025. It's called Senior Freeze and Anchor Program. That is all included in this one. There's another event in North Brunswick Senior Center. President Flavian, Friday the 30th party and lunch, mind reading game show. It is on June 13 at 12:30. It costs $4 per person. You will have fun and a lot of good shows, and he will read your mind. And bocce ball. We play bocce ball at Senior Center every Thursday. And on June 12th, we are playing against the police department due to this PBA and the police department of this town. And this township, they're playing at 10 o'clock on Thursday, June 12th. Please try to come and watch and enjoy. Middlesex County, they're celebrating, the county is celebrating 90-plus birthday celebration and luncheon. It is on May 30th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It will be in South Brunswick Senior Center, 540 Ridge Road, Mama Junction, 8852. And if you need any assistance, please call 732-745-3295. Thank you very much.
Councilman, the flyer that we received from Assemblyman Danielson that they provided says Friday, May 13th, but May 13th is a Tuesday.
It is Tuesday?
So we're going to have to verify and correct whether that tax program is Tuesday or Friday, and they just have the date wrong.
Okay. If you are interested, when we have that information, it will be.
It is on Tuesday.
If you're interested, when we have that information, it will be updated on the website. We're not doing this. Okay. Again, sorry, we're still waiting for the mayor to arrive, so we're just going to keep going with the agenda. We are going to the public portion of our meeting. If anyone would like to be heard in the public forum, please come up to the microphone and sign your name.
Or maybe someone else would stand up. Tony and Estes. Good evening, everybody. I was hoping to get a little update on George's Road. Mr. Riss is here. I'm sure he's got all the information I need.
The property owner recently appeared in court last week. He was assessed several $1,000s in new penalties. One of the directions of the judge was that he provide the township access to the house, the structure, which we did last week. We had the construction official finally make access inside the house. We then he did declare the house to be an unsafe structure. One of the primary issues has been the longstanding hole in the roof. But within the past week, the property owner has already made repairs to the roof and repaired the hole in the roof. So there are other items that we will be following through on. And it's my formal understanding at this time that ultimately the property owner is going to seek to sell the property.
Thank you for the update.
I do not have a new date, but he will be rescheduled to appear in court again.
Any chance of this being resolved by the end of the year?
I would hope so, Mr. Nastis.
It's going on year 13 now.
I'm fully aware, but you can acknowledge publicly that the garage was demolished and removed. The unregistered vehicles were removed. And now in the past week, repairs to the roof are being made. So there has been progress, but it's through the court and through the judge.
Well, I thought you had someone that was going to clean it all up, and that was pulled back.
That was only limited to the garage, which has since been demolished and removed.
Initially, I was not Blackjack. All right. I can't think of the guy's name right now, but he was originally scheduled to clean the whole place up.
No, sir. The agreement with K&A Excavating was limited to demolishing the garage and removing the garage. It had no other scope beyond the garage.
Well, the car's still there. All right. How about 77 Adams Lane?
I don't have any update for you.
Well, there's more than one person living in a house. I understand there's some problems there, but there were, over the weekend, there had to be between, I'd say, 6 and 9 cars there. So there's more than one person, and there's no reason for this thing to be taken as long as it is.
I don't know what you're asking about the vehicles. It doesn't matter how many vehicles he owns. There's no limit. You own multiple vehicles, and you live in a house by yourself.
Mine are all registered and insured.
All of his vehicles are registered as well.
And they're not parked on the grass.
Well, all of the vehicles are registered, so the number of vehicles that he has there is meaningless.
I'm just saying there's a number of people there. You're telling me the owner has some disabilities and there's no one else to do anything there? There's no one to help him?
There are 2 people in the house, the owner and his wife.
They drive 7 vehicles? I don't think so.
It doesn't matter how many vehicles they drive.
I know it doesn't. I'm just saying there's more than 2 people living in the house. I watched them.
Yes, but that has nothing to do with the number of vehicles. All of the vehicles.
No, what it has to do with is cleaning the place up.
I understand.
All right, I asked you about 955 and 958 Bergen Avenue.
We've repeatedly told you in recent weeks that there are no violations at that address.
There's none?
No.
How many people live in a house?
I have no idea.
Mr. Nassis, we don't control how many people live in a residence unless there's evidence of overcrowding.
That could be overcrowding. Are these vehicles legal?
I can't see it, Mr. Nassis. Again, we've answered this repeatedly. He's only keeping one vehicle overnight during the...
They're parked there all weekend.
No, that's not my understanding. We're aware that he has an arrangement to park the vehicles at another location. The answer to your question is between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m., only one of those vehicles can be at the property.
And it must be on the driveway, not on the street.
No, it can be in the street.
That's a legal commercial property, vehicle?
One, yes. Well, there could only be one between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m.
Has these two vehicles there. Right now, they're not now, nor the weekend, they're parked, trying to fire, the fire hydrant. Pardon me? No, they moved, that's a weekend parking spot. This is one for you, I guess. That's a dump truck that parks on a T on Bergen Avenue and Newton Street. If you look in the back, the license plate number is there. There's no license plate on the front. Bergen. When you come up Newton Street, Bergen Avenue, right in the front. I couldn't get the address because it's parked in the middle of two houses. You got an update on, oops,
Go ahead. Yeah, finish your question. You were halfway through.
984 Bergen Avenue, what's the story on that?
I don't have any other updates.
This has been going on since November.
Well, again, what are you talking about at 984 Bergen Avenue? Because you mix and match the properties by address.
984 Bergen Avenue, behind the building. Well, I'll show you a picture of the front of the building. Curve-wise, this is the hookah lounge that I reported previously that their garbage is all over the place. That picture shows it to you on the curb. But the back of the building, there is a trailer, a dumpster, a pickup truck, and I can't think of what the last one was. This is another storage type unit. Is all that allowed there? Because I know it's a rental property. I don't know whether that belongs to the owner.
I don't have an update, Mr. Nessus. I'll have to speak to the zoning officer who is managing that.
Okay, how about, I guess it's 555 Livingston Avenue it's the property next to it. The dumpster there with the garbage laying on the ground, the grease trap, the pallet.
The grease trap that is their designated grease disposal
Hasn't been used in years.
for their business.
Hasn't been used in years. It's been just sitting there, along with the leaves and the other rubbish. And a driveway between the two is owned by two different people. The hookah lounge parks on one side of the driveway, and their garbage is dropped on there. I don't even know if the owner of the property knows it. And the hookah lounge, I never understood that. It's supposedly 14 or 1,600 square feet, the hut that could accommodate 60 people. You're going to get 60 people in 1,400 square feet, you could better use a shoehorn. And it only has 10 parking spaces, so they park all over Creation. and the garbage goes out, and I know you know that I'm not kidding.
You've made that point before.
I made that clear, right? Okay. The other one, how's that written request for the procedure on code enforcement? Is that coming along?
Yes, I'll get you something.
What's the status on the graffiti on Livingston Avenue Bridge?
There's no update, Mr. Nastas.
Well, it's May now. You think we can get it done by September?
I doubt we can. I doubt that the DOT will do anything about the graffiti.
Well, I have an idea. Why don't we propose that we paint it and send them the bill?
As we've explained, Mr. Nastas, that we're not permitted within the Amtrak right-of-way to perform.
Notify them of our request and of our solution.
We do have the request. It's pretty much an outstanding constant request that every time we see graffiti out there, a letter goes out, and we've contacted them in the past. They'll get around to it.
That's what you said last year.
Well, we can't control them.
The other one was Newton Street, 1092 Newton, 1091 Newton Street. Said the debris was cleaned up. You haven't seen the side of the garage. You can't even see. There's just tons of stuff there. All right, I'll get an update from you later.
Thank you, Mr. Nastas. Okay. Is anyone else want to be heard in public hearing tonight? Is there a motion to close the public hearing? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you so much for running things, because I was running late, Council President. Much appreciated. I'd like to ask the entire council to come down for our proclamation for the Department of Public Works, because I know every single one of us is grateful for the work they've done for us.
I'll go take some pictures for Craig. Probably want to put it on there.
This is a proclamation by the mayor and the council of the Township of North Brunswick. Okay, sorry, Craig. Whereas the Department of Public Works, DPW of North Brunswick Township, is responsible for maintaining essential services, which include infrastructure, roads, public spaces, which are all critical to the safety, the well-being, and quality of life of our residents. And whereas the dedicated men and women of the DPW have consistently demonstrated a commitment to excellence, they go above and beyond their regular duties to ensure the efficient and the effective operation of our township. And whereas in recent months, DPW fully orchestrated all of our departmental moves back into our municipal building without functioning elevators. Our DPW employees have exhibited exceptional dedication while working long hours under challenging conditions to help maintain services to our community. Whereas our Department of Public Works dedication is a testament to their professionalism, hard work, and unwavering commitment to public service. Their hard work has a profound impact upon our entire community. Now, therefore, we, the mayor and the council of the Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim heartfelt gratitude to the members of the Department of Public Works for their exemplary service, dedication, and commitment to the residents. Thank you, each and every one. Who wants to speak? We can't let the director have the... Right?
Jesse wants to. So I just want to thank the mayor, the business administrator, the council for this very important recognition to the DPW. It's sometimes it goes without saying, but this is a big thank you to you guys, our young men and women that make up the Department of Public Works, especially this last year. Being in this building and under the challenging conditions, as the mayor said, nobody gave us any grief about it. Everybody just came to work and did their jobs, and it's a testament to you guys and our young staff there that really shined this past year for us. So I just want to thank you all, and everybody stay safe out there.
It is important, and I think the whole council agrees. Council President, did you have anything else you wanted to add? It is important to note that while the immediate occasion for this proclamation was that you helped us get everything back in the municipal building, and that was a big task, but every time it snows, every time there's a water break, every time there's sewer issues, every time there's a pothole, you're the guys we call, and you're really the guys who come through. So this thing really is sincere. It's 365 days a year that we appreciate you. So thank you so very much.
No. Oh, yes.
Lisa Russo is our municipal clerk, and we asked her to wear this plaid this evening so we can test our new television to make sure that everything goes. Look, I'm sorry, Lisa. Lisa, our clerk's office, and every clerk's office, unless you really work in town, you don't realize just how critical it is. We couldn't do any meeting. They take care of our agendas. They make sure that everything is done properly to be on for the meetings. They take care of our licenses. They deal with some of the happiest marriage license residents, some of the most tragic situations for permits and things they have to give. And day and night, our clerk's office is there serving our township and making us proud. So whereas professionalism in the municipal clerk is essential to the effective functioning of a local government, ensuring transparency, accountability, and the smooth operation of municipal services. And whereas the office of municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, Ms. Russo doesn't look it, but no, you're not the oldest, just the office. And whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality while serving as a professional link between citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at all levels. And whereas municipal clerks serve as the official records keeper, the managing vital documents, conducting municipal elections, providing legislative support, ensuring compliance with laws and regulations throughout our towns and cities, and whereas municipal clerks demonstrate exceptional dedication, professionalism, and integrity in their work, often going above and beyond to serve their commitments and facilitate the effective governance of local governments. And whereas municipal clerks contribute significantly to the success and efficiency of local governments throughout the state and in North Brunswick, and whereas Municipal Clerks Week provides an opportunity to recognize and celebrate the invaluable work of municipal clerks, to acknowledge their vital contributions to public service, and highlight the important role they play in the day-to-day operations of towns and cities, Now, therefore, we, the mayor and the council of the Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim the week of May 4th through May 10th as Professional Municipal Clerks Week and encourage all the residents to recognize the important work of our municipal clerk's office and join in celebrating their contributions to our community. Thank you for all you do, Ms. Russo. There is, but I don't think you're here. Did we do the? President of our first aid and rescue squad's with us this evening, and he's had surgery very recently. How are you doing? Did you or Marissa have anything you wanted to say this evening? Or? Good. I got your text a little earlier, Marissa. Thank you. And Ms. Benson, I wanted to say to you while we're here, I've been doing some traveling around, and I've been bragging to people about the wall that's coming and all the good work that's gone into that, and what a great event we think it's going to be. And I can't tell you how impressed people are when I tell them of how that's coming together. So thank you so much for what you're doing with that. And with that, I think that it's time for us to. Did we do the ordinances? You were so fast, Council President. You were so fast. So I guess we're ready to move to the workshop part of our agenda where we prepare to make sure we're all set for our next full meeting. So we'll move over to the other room to take care of that. The meeting continues. The public portion or the public participation continues. Anybody who wants to come with us to the council chambers is welcome to do so. We'll reconvene in about 3 or 4 minutes. So we continue our meeting and begin with Ms. Gallimore.
Hello again. I have 5 items on for consideration. Items 1, 2, and 3 are all Chapter 159. These are grants that needs to add to our budget. The first one is the Middlesex County DWI Checkpoint Grant, $4,200. The second one is the State of New Jersey Department of Community Affairs Local Recreation Improvement Grant for $86,000. And the third one is the Department of Transportation for Seneca Road Improvement Project, and that's for $441,440.
Can I ask a question on that? Because I didn't catch that one, and this might be a Luann question. What are we looking to do with that grant? It says recreation improvements.
This would be Steve's.
Oh,
I
State
th-
Parks?
Yeah, this,
I'm going to speak on it if you want me to speak.
Well, no, I'm just asking, that, for some reason I didn't catch that one.
Steve, why don't you come on up, and just let us know real quickly. Stay here. Come on up to,
I missed this one.
Good evening, everyone. So this grant here, so just a little history on it. So we went out last year and we got some pricing on some basketball court repairs for some of our parks. So they had this grant in place, so we kind of backed off with our capital money, and we went after this grant, and we were awarded the grant. So we're gonna improve some of those basketball courts. I believe one court we're gonna make into a pickleball court.
That's the one over, yeah, that's what.
I know Luann gets a lot of people asking her for a pickleball court, so we're gonna do the one behind the mayor's house, Colonial Gardens there, not Colonial Gardens, what's the one?
I forget what it's called. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Colonial Gardens, and and Herman Park, we're gonna try to paint one more of those to be a second pickleball court for over there, but there's a couple other spots that we have that are in dire need. Eisenhower Park's in need, so we're trying to get those done under this grant, so.
thank you. Which item is that under you? That's,
That is, I think the first one.
okay.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
so my next item is a budget resolution authorizing a budget transfer fiscal year 2025. Again, I have reviewed various budget accounts that need additional funds, and as well as budget accounts that has excess, and transferring in between accounts for a total of $285,000. Any question on that one? All right, last but not least is a resolution authorizing the redemption of a township lien. And we have received the necessary funds to redeem the lien in the amount of $5,304.11. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gallimore.
What about the New Jersey Department?
Oh,
sorry. The budget.
Oh,
it's on the mic, sorry.
Ms. Benson? How you doing?
Good evening, Mayor Womack, council, and residents joining us. I'm going to make one correction. Tonight, we received a flyer from the county today, and they did give us a date on it that was incorrect. So the correct date for the free property tax relief program at the senior center is Tuesday, May 13th. They are going to send us a corrected flyer, but I just wanted to share that information tonight with anyone that may be listening.
A week from tomorrow.
Thank you so much. I have 2 items for your consideration this evening. My first item is the Traveling Vietnam Memorial Wall and American Tribute. For discussion's sake, you all will be receiving a full schedule of all the activities that are going on that weekend, but I just wanted to go through some of them briefly together tonight in case there are any questions. So I'm very excited to share that our opening ceremony will be on that Friday, May 23rd, and we're encouraging the public to come out to support and welcome the American tribute and the traveling wall. That will be done at Veterans Park, and we're asking all residents to be parked in the parking lot by 9:03 approximately. The wall will be coming up Route 130, and it will make a turn into Raiders Road. And then when it faces the high school, it will make a left down Roosevelt and then a right into Veterans Park. At approximately 10 a.m., Mayor Womack will read a proclamation honoring the entire weekend, and then at 10:15 a.m., the wall will start to be put together. And at that time, we're encouraging any residents that are available and can help with the assembly of the wall to please come out at that time. So you're welcome to join us for the entire morning, but we really need volunteers to help put the wall together. And that is Friday. At approximately 1 o'clock, we will have the wall hopefully put together and viewing for the public to start to attend. Are there any questions on Friday? On Saturday, which is quite exciting, we have Rolling Thunder that will come through. They will do a beautiful ceremony at 2 p.m. They will start with their opening ceremony at 2. At 2:15, they will have the Missing Man Table ceremony. There will be recognition of some veterans at that time as well. We have some guest speakers and reflections and leaderships that will be part of their ceremony. You all will receive details on that. I just wanted to share with you that will be for Saturday. On Sunday, May 25th, the American Legion at 2 p.m. will have their tribute and their ceremony, and everything that I am sharing with you is taking place right inside Veterans Park, and all activities will happen rain or shine. On Monday, which is our culminating ceremony, our township ceremony will begin at 11 a.m. This will happen rain or shine. Weather permitting, we will have a flyover during the ceremony, as well as toward the end, we will have a Black Hawk land right in Veterans Park. And we are encouraging and trying to share with anyone that may be sensitive to noise to please bring earplugs. So we're trying to put that information out as soon as possible to the public. We're asking everyone to continuously check the website for updates. There will be a full schedule, hopefully by the end of next week, with all the times that will be placed on the website for the activities. After our ceremony on Monday, May 26th, we will have our luncheon outside at the pavilion as well. Are there any questions on those activities?
Is there any way to contact either WCTC or 1015 or News Channel 12 for them? This is a big deal that we should be promoting.
Great question, and Craig Yetzko is working on that right now. With the radio stations, we've been in touch with them, and information should be out shortly.
It sounds like the council president just volunteered to do interviews that week to make sure people are
Yes,
there.
we'll tap in, definitely. Also, I just want to share that we are continuing to accept donations. They can be in amounts, $5, $10, everything will help for our project. We're really excited to be able to honor those that have sacrificed so much for our freedom today. Are there any other questions on that weekend? And thank you, Mayor, for your support, and I've been working closely with Councilman Davis as well. And I want to thank Director Joe Battaglia. The police have been very helpful throughout as well, and DPW. So I think everyone's really come together. Thank you all.
Our town's really taken Memorial Day seriously over the years, and really appreciate you digging in on this, because it's just such a solemn and important time. And so
Thank
we
you.
appreciate your work on this.
Thank you for your support as well. I have one other item tonight, and that's just resolution establishing Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services program fees for the spring and summer. And basically, those prices are just to help cover our continuing operation of costs for our operating budgets.
Luann, I have to ask you.
Sure.
The first page I get, and I know we do periodic raises. The second page,
Yes.
I'm kind of at a loss. I mean, we're raising program fees $1 and $2. I mean, it almost seems like we are raising it just to raise. I mean, what could we possibly raise to cover a cost that's going to be $1? Like, I kind of
I asked the
almost think it
same-
seems foolish.
Yes.
I mean, I think we should keep it the same, because I don't know how much you're going to actually raise that's going to cover something.
I asked the
Besides maybe
same
room.
question, and the answer was to help offset the raises from minimum wage
But
in
what
the
is the
budget
difference in
that
minimum
they're
wage?
working with.
Right, but what's the difference in the rate for minimum wage?
46 cents.
They're sharing that will cover their operating expenses. I asked the same question that you did. Should we leave the price the same, or what was the cost? And they said when they did the budget to help cover the minimum wage raises, that's what they needed.
And there's my answer. Good, yeah, thanks.
Good question, though.
Thank you. We were both on the same wavelength on that. Are there any other questions?
Luann, you want to say something about Elmwood?
Yes. So following Rolling Thunder on the Saturday ceremony, we will have continuation, and Elmwood Cemetery will be following Rolling Thunder as well. And we will also have the VFW. But as I get additional details and provide a full schedule to each of you, we'll have all the activities, hopefully by the end of next week. So just be aware, and I will give details to the police and our park rangers, that there will be ongoing ceremonies throughout the weekend, full on Friday with our welcoming, and then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as well. And all activities will take place rain or shine.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Chief Pataglia?
Good evening. I only have two things for tonight, and one of them I believe that we already discussed once before. It's the furniture exchange. I think we had this conversation that there were some changes we need to make for the ACU unit, and also an extension of one of the cubicles for one of the staff in the Detective Bureau. And it's a $3,300 or $3,500 difference. But I think we already did this once before. Any questions? And then the last one is the same thing that Ms. Gilmore talked about. It's $4,200 reimbursement for the drunk driving checkpoint grant from the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office.
Questions? Thank you, Chief. Ms. Gallimore, Ms. Benson, y'all are free to go. We finished the public hearing, so there's no reason for you to stick around. Director Bloyd?
Evening, Mayor and Council.
Evening.
I have 6 items.
5.
Well, now 5 after the first one was briefed. Any other questions on that first one? Good. Second one is a resolution authorizing the award of contract bid 25008 to Mac Mechanical for HVAC maintenance and repair services. Any questions on that one? Third item is resolution authorizing amendment to contract 24065 with Take Form under the Department of Public Works for additional signage in the building.
And what did we miss?
We missed a couple offices that we changed around at the last minute there. Yeah, there was some ADA stuff. There was some evacuation signage that we missed.
This will be the last thing for this. We should be caught up by then.
Should be, yes.
I have a question. I'm sorry, just to go back to number 2 for the maintenance for HVAC. Did we not have a contract? How were we handling all the other?
We did, but that company no longer was under contract with us, and we had to go out. This not only encompasses the municipal building, this is all of our buildings.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
And we have some aging out systems that definitely need to be looked at. Yes.
Next year, yeah.
For 1 year, we went out for a 1 year with this company. Any other questions on 2 or 3? Item 4, resolution repealing and replacing resolution 144-4.25, authorizing an amendment to contract bid 24012 for landscape maintenance services under the Department of Public Works. Any questions on 4? Number 5 is a resolution authorizing a change in scope to professional service agreement with CME, appointed as a 2025 Township consulting engineering firm to include construction administrative services associated with the DPW fueling facility project. Any questions on number 5?
I'm sorry, what is this for? What project?
This is for the fueling facility at the DPW. Number 6 is a resolution authorizing a change in scope to the professional services agreement with CME Associates, appointed as the 2025 Township consulting engineering firm to include professional services for the sewer force main improvements in Sabella Park.
So this goes along with the, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go right ahead.
This goes along with the sewer break?
Correct.
Sorry, Nick.
This is for their service. There's all the soft costs for CME, and I don't know if you saw the secondary resolution. Well, not really a resolution, but they sent us a proposal for the repairs, and that's also it's included in there as part of the to show you their services with that.
Yep.
Now,
On the DPW fueling facility,
yes,
we haven't gone to bid on who's going to actually do that replacement, or have we?
we did go to bid for that.
So why,
We're still waiting.
where did we get the specs for that if we're just pulling CME in on now? This right now is just for the oversight. Did we separately have CME draw up specs for that bid?
No, we had them, we've been working with CME for probably a year and a half now, maybe even longer than that on this project. So a lot of this, with the civil engineering, the mechanical, the environmental engineering, all of these costs are included in this review. They review the shop drawings, they handle pay estimates, design phase. They kick off the pre-con meeting, and they also have an on-site inspector during all construction.
Was that under prior authorizations, or is that under this authorization?
That's under this one,
Even though it's work performed already?
yes. There was some that was, there's still some that's going to be happening as the project goes on continues.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
For the, for number 5,
Yes.
for CME, is this for them to investigate, do the drawings and everything like that, for you to fix the fueling station? Or for a new one? I'm trying to understand, like,
No,
cost and the, that you have here.
no, they did the design work. They did all of that process already to get the right locations and everything for us down there at the DPW.
Okay.
So a lot of this stuff is already done, but they're still continuing. They have, we still have a pre-con meeting we have to have. There's, they're going to be working out there on site daily as this project, once it starts, they're going to be out there daily, to make sure everything is up to code. And
So we've increased it, it says a total not to exceed contract amount of 512. But then there's a not to exceed of 189,422. I guess that's, I'm just trying to understand that,
the 189 is the cost
is the cost.
for their services.
For this,
For this, and their,
Yes.
their total contract amount is 512, not to exceed. So out of that 512, we're at 189,422? Just trying to understand.
Total is,
Because I see a bunch of other costs.
yeah, there's
here.
some other.
Not to exceed, the professional services, not to exceed 322, 794. General mechanical engineering services, 120 is the base. So I'm trying to figure out where are all these costs? Are they within the 512? Or is this,
Looking here.
So as a general rule,
okay,
we authorize CME at the beginning of the year for general engineering services. And then as individual projects roll in, we increase their authorization on a project-specific amount.
okay.
So for this one, this is like, we've been talking about a construction manager.
Yes.
This is the construction admin part of the installation of the fuel tanks at the Department of Public Works. And as the fee for that service has been proposed, we're authorizing the increase in the total amount to be paid to CME over the year to that number,
To the.
to the 580, whatever that. number
512.
was. Yeah.
So what are the other, I'm just trying to understand, what are the other totals here? You have general mechanical engineering services, 120,000, resilience center project, what, is that monies that we've already spent?
It's monies we've already authorized.
We already authorized, okay.
Is
Because
there-
that, it
This
seems
is
like it's
additional.
more than 512, so just trying to understand that.
yeah, 512 feels low for everything.
Yeah,
CME
for every, you got
goes for.
322 for their fees, 120 for the base.
No, the 322
Yeah.
is the total of those three items.
Oh,
Then
the
you-
322.
then you have
Oh,
189,
okay,
and
okay.
you get your 512
It's
out of that.
total, oh, so those,
322 is the total of those three.
Oh,
I just
okay.
I just did the calculator.
okay, yeah, because it doesn't, it's hard to understand that, so,
So
okay.
it's, what is this?
322 plus 189, okay.
189 gives you the
512, okay, got it, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. I thought
Thank
they were
you,
all
Counsel.
separate, sorry.
Any other questions?
You're free to go, sir. Director Ritz? if maybe you could get that Black Hawk to land over there at the hookah lounge, they could blow all the trash into Somerset County.
Wow.
Bad idea.
I'll make a note of that. The first item, council, relates to our affordable housing obligations under our court agreement that we just settled, our declaratory judgment, and the new state statute. So just to briefly go over the schedule, at the next meeting, you'll have our housing element and fair share plan, which is going to be approved by the planning board. And that's happening at a public hearing 2 days after the council meeting. So you'll have that document on the 19th, and you'll see what the planning board is going to be adopting potentially on a special meeting on Wednesday, May 21st. And then anticipating that adoption, I'll also be bringing you 3 ordinances that have to be introduced and adopted in support of that housing plan that the planning board is going to discuss and approve at a special hearing on the 21st.
So you're saying after the public meeting on the workshop, in anticipation of the approval, you'll have all that backup ready to go, so after the next meeting.
So at the next June meeting, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, you'll have first reading and introduction on those ordinances. And I'll provide you with a draft copy for the 19th of the housing element plan in advance of the planning board seeing it on Wednesday. But it's the planning board that adopts the housing element and fair share plan. And these are, we have to honor a deadline, a state statute deadline to have this done by June 30th. So we're ahead of the schedule, not on the ordinances, but on the fair share plan. So
It's just the plan, right? Then we have 10 years.
yeah, it's like an amendment to the master plan, and it's a specific requirement of the affordable housing settlement. So we settled in court, and now we have to show how we're going to implement those numbers, how we're going to meet our number. So the plan outlines how we're going to meet it, and then the ordinances affect that as well.
So we have to provide a reasonable opportunity for the provision of affordable housing. We don't have to build it. We just have to make the zoning changes
That allow it.
that allow it, and that will cover us for the time period of July 1, 2025 through June 30, 2035. But we have to put it in place before June 30th. We don't have to
Well,
build,
we don't, I mean, it's not that it won't be built. Yeah. So many of
builders
the,
build it.
so many of the units that were in our third round plan have not yet been constructed, but we still have a commitment to honor those numbers. So a lot of them, for example, like Amaranth satisfied a lot of our third round, but a lot of the Main Street units haven't been built yet, although they're coming on now. So this is the same concept. Correct, and that's part of our fourth round plan. Correct. Any other questions? Right. Item 2 this evening is authorizing the receipt of bids for the 2025 road improvement program. I think in the resolution, you can see an itemization of the proposed roads and segments. It's also broken down to include water and sewer improvements in a separate column.
Is Seneca going to be delayed because we're anticipating that DOT grant, or, I mean, because don't normally we get caught up in timeframes?
Yeah, we're actually behind in the Seneca money was awarded. We have to award a contract by October 1st, which we will be doing under this schedule.
And being that I just learned where Charles Ave Road is when we grew up in the neighborhood, and I rode my bike a million times.
Mr. Holtz.
I thought it was still Mohawk, to be honest, when it came up.
No, it's the dairyman. Remember Mr. Holtz
Yeah.
is there on the corner?
But my question is, so we're going from 27 to Seneca Park.
Yeah, we broke it up into
When
two
is the
segments.
next phase supposed
It's
to be?
in the following year's plan.
And is there any chance of getting that done before school starts so we don't really mess with the buses, or probably not?
I doubt it. Seneca's a really big project, and if we award it in June, I don't think they'll be able to mobilize and get it done in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it may actually carry till next year, because it's a 2-year contract.
Yeah, and we're doing Hobart now, huh?
We are, that's actually the very last road, and that, other than Huff, which was never on the schedule, but Hobart is the last major road in that entire development on your side of the highway.
Can I just ask, and you and I spoke a couple Saturdays ago, we have to do better with the staging. I mean, as we discussed on that Saturday, Amanda was right there next to me, happy with me, voicing my opinion as usual. But I mean, we have pipes and stone. I mean, half the roads are taken up. The capacity's not there. Now, granted, it's not high-traffic streets. All it takes is one person.
Yeah, no, it was unacceptable, and we addressed it on Monday, and it shouldn't, it appeared at the end of that week, and we had it addressed on Monday, and I was just there today. I sort of still don't understand how it happened, because we had provided them a staging area. So I just think it was, some taking advantage of us
They got lazy.
over the weekend.
But that's why we're approving resolutions for CME to be out there. They have to do a little better.
I agree. The third item this evening, we discussed last month. This is unusually just on my list because this relates to the 4 homeowners on Edwards Place who are continuing to have some water issues related to the Old Georges Road project. Veolia is working on this. They've actually brought in a third-party plumber to help blast through some of those lines. We've seen improvement, but because we are directing those residents to continue to run and flush their own water, we're asking you to waive their fees, and I would imagine we're going to have one more month of this before it's resolved. Item 4 this evening it's what's called a TWA. The governing body approves them periodically. It's actually a contract that the mayor has to sign. This has to do with sanitary sewer relocation for the warehouse on Route 130, commonly known as the Truman property. And we've got several hundred feet of sanitary sewer there that has to be relocated, and that requires a permit from the DEP. And this is a templated resolution allowing the mayor to execute that agreement. Item 5 this evening, as we've discussed, is our municipal aid allocation for this year's road program, which is $441,000. And finally tonight, somewhat briefly, this has come out of our water operations meetings, and something that the administrator and I believe needs to be accomplished. But as the governing body knows, we have interconnect with South Brunswick Township in 2 locations, one on Finnegan's Lane and one on Route 130. And we have never had meters at those interconnect sites. And in recent years, that has led to some conflict with South Brunswick based on how they bill us when we do open the interconnects. So we believe that this is a desirable and necessary capital improvement to permanently install meters at the interconnect sites so that in future years, whenever we take water, we can have a verifiable allocation and commitment of what we actually owe South Brunswick for water based on being at their discretion of what they choose to bill us, essentially. It's not an inexpensive project in order to create these pits and get this done, but it's the administration's recommendation that this is something we should achieve that'll be long-lasting and presumably over time save us money so that we're only being reasonably billed for what we actually use. Any questions on that? Thank you.
Thank you. Business Administrator?
Thank you, Mayor. I have one item under me. This is for a water sewer credit in addition to the one that the director spoke of. This is one that had a hot water heater that had broke. They had some running water and they were seeking a one-time credit adjustment. And that's all I have.
Questions? Thank you so much.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Is there an update on, I don't know if they're allowed to say this, some of the stores that are coming into any of the empty locations? Do you know, like, there's something in front of Regal and where Bed Bath & Beyond used to be? Just as an update. I don't know if you can say, if you're allowed to say anything.
In some cases I can. So, there are two buildings at Regal. One is the Freddy's Steak Burgers and Frozen Custard. It was going to be their second New Jersey location. Now it's their third. Another town got in ahead of us. We do have some permits in. The other building is divided into two spaces. Gen X will be familiar with something that's called Wonder. People can Google it. Wonder do you know Wonder?
I just saw there's a woman who does social media, and she was.
So Wonder is a growing fast food option. The concept is that Wonder provides the most popular menu items from a large variety of other fast food locations, some that may be in our area, but others that maybe are not. And they provide an opportunity for those most popular, desirable items, and they can be purchased there. And it's also a substantial Grubhub, DoorDash site in order for you to secure food.
Interesting.
Very cool.
I can't totally verify the third option, except to say that as part of what is adopted tonight, the liquor license, which is practically known as Rutgers Wine and Liquors, at the Brunswick Shopping Center is being transferred to the North Village Shopping Center for the space formerly of Bed Bath & Beyond. We essentially do have permits in, so it's technically public, although it's not contractually signed yet. But it is proposed to be what's known as a Total Wine and More, which is a leading national liquor store with a national reputation and a good quality business.
So since it was transferred, the one by McDonald's is closing.
I was going to ask, is Rutgers
Yes.
closed?
Yeah.
Is it already closed?
No, this is all, that's what I mean. I think,
Been there in a while.
I bought lottery tickets.
yeah, I think there's,
No, I totally did. I swear.
There's typically a transition
yeah, there's
period.
a 4 to 5 week transition period ahead now that the governing body authorized the transfer. Now there's a 4 to 5 or 6 week period of time to allow those two entities to formalize their agreements, which they couldn't do until the township authorized the transfer. But they do have some permits in, which are technically public, so I can share that information.
Good.
Anything where the Rite Aid was?
Can we ask?
No,
The June 9th, well, he's.
that's why I came back up again, so.
Go right ahead.
So Mayor, the first item under the clerk's list is actually a need and an interest on my behalf and the CFO who left. Both Cavell and I have items that we feel require a meeting on the 9th. Originally, you were going to summer schedule in June, and after the meeting on May 21st, there was not going to be a meeting until June 23rd. And we are asking, even if it's a limited agenda, we're asking that the regular meeting on the 9th, which had been taken off the calendar, be put back on the calendar. Cavell needs it to satisfy some budget items that have to be completed, and I needed to introduce the ordinances for the affordable housing.
Well, you said the 9th?
Monday, June 9th.
That's not what's on here, though.
No,
This
No,
is-
it's one we're going to have to add.
No, we're
missed
seeking
that,
your
sorry.
approval tonight to change the schedule and put June 9th back on the calendar,
Okay.
That means
In addition to the 23rd.
in addition to the 23rd.
You might as well throw in the villas at that point, too, then.
Well, that's,
That's might as well. It'll be a regular meeting, so we might as well do it. And it means we're going to have to cancel our June 9th council retreat at Mar-a-Lago, but we'll reschedule that.
so without objection, then we'll be adding a resolution for May. Let's make sure.
Just amend that resolution.
Amanda's okay, yeah. Without objection, we'll amend the resolution for the next meeting to add the meeting on for June 9th.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Ms. Russo?
Okay. Item number 2 is confirming the forfeiture of taxi owner's license previously issued to Melvis Taxi. They came before us last year, and it just hasn't worked out since then, so.
So what happens? I mean, because we've been here a few times with
It's
Melvis.
deja vu all over again.
Right,
If
I
you
mean-
recall, they came in with an attorney, they pled
Right.
economic problems. We authorized them to reinstate their licenses by the payment of whatever the total amounts were, and then they never did anything about it, nor did they renew for this year.
So, I mean, is it
Waste of money.
gone, or is it just if they come back, we'll figure it out? Again, I'm just asking, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
it's just funny we're here.
Within your discretion, frankly, they haven't been on the road because they don't have the license,
Well, that's a
so,
good thing.
yeah, so.
Okay.
We'll see what happens and what they do. It's inexplicable to me.
That's what it is.
They spent money, they wasted their money, whatever.
Okay. Item number 3 is a public hearing and second reading of ordinance 25-04, which really should have been on for this evening, but the Home News printed it in another county's newspaper, so we had it re-advertised on May 2nd, and we're going to move it to our next meeting for second reading and public hearing.
Thank you.
Item number 4 is approving a fireman for Fire Company Number 1. We never used to put it on a resolution, but we figured since insurance may need it or somebody may need it, we're going to put it on a resolution now, and all paperwork is in order. Any questions? And we have approval of minutes for 3 meetings, March 3rd, April 7th, and April 21st. And that is all I have for this evening.
Thank you. And we didn't really do anything out front earlier, but does anybody have any heartfelt or important announcements they'd like to make this evening? Well, in that case, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody have a great night.